Okay. I'll share my screen. Anybody has any questions regarding previous lecture? Is everything clear with databases, introduction to databases, MongoDB? I have an assignment, but I will ask mentor today. You can ask me as well if you want, but okay, you can ask mentors. Maybe that's more appropriate. Okay, so I guess let's start the lecture for today then. Okay, so today we are going to cover MongoDB advanced operations, right? Yesterday we looked at a few simple commands to interact with MongoDB database from Mongo shell. Okay. All right. So today we are going to look at some examples of. Yeah, that actually there is a problem with the title of how the Scrum is. Basically, it's a problem with the Scrum. We'll fix that. Don't worry about it. Okay. Cool. So yesterday was advanced MongoDB. I changed that to MongoDB introduction. Today we have advanced MongoDB advanced operations. I have also notified this to the to Dheeraj, who's managing the Scrum, I think. So he'll fix that. Okay. Cool. So today we are going to talk about advanced operations with MongoDB and MongoSH, right? So I'm just going to move this terminal. I think I can move it like this. Hold on. Moving to the right is fine. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with CRUD operations, and we also have to look at Mongo restore and Mongo dump. We will look at that in the last part. Okay. So we'll start with CRUD operations. Is the screen size fine for everybody? Okay. Cool. You don't have to code along in today's session. You just have to know the whole objective of today's session is to understand what is available in the what type of operations are available when we are interacting with MongoDB, so that when we start building our application, we will try to make use of these operations. Okay, most of the time we will be dealing with CRUD operations only, but sometimes we also have to work with different data types and how to deal with that. We'll talk about that. Okay, so the whole objective is to understand as much as possible what is required for us. Okay, so I'm just going to log into my Mongo SH Mongo shell, and we all are aware about this. So we can show DBs like this. We can switch to a DB like this, and we can show collections like this. We can look at the collection like this. Okay, so we have already done all of this. So first we looked at create or insert one. So if we want to, let's say, insert into students collection, we say db dot students dot insert one. If we want to insert into, let's say, lectures collection, then we can insert it like this. Okay, so let's say this is MongoDB advanced sprint 2, date is today's date, right? So we are using string as the data type for dates, right? So 22nd Feb, and this will give you ID, inserted ID, and this is the unique identifier for each document. We talked about this, right? So create part is clear, right? If we want to add more, we can use insert many instead of insert one. In that, we don't have to pass the object. Instead, we pass an array like this. Okay, so say if I create a collection, let's just use students collection for this. I'm going to copy this part, right? I'm going to copy this one, db dot students dot insert many, and we will paste this thing. This is an array of documents, so it will insert multiple documents at the same time. Okay, so these are the these are the three documents that we are inserting. Close this, and now it will give you three object IDs. So three documents inserted in the first attempt, in the single attempt. Okay, so if we check db.students.find, you can see now there are 4 students, right? What are you pasting? What error are you getting? So somebody is saying when I'm pasting the same thing, it's giving me error. Are you pasting with users here? Family members to missing semicolon. There is syntax error in your command. So check that. You can look at the error type and see where is the error. Okay. Fine. So just focus on the today's lecture, then you can worry about all the errors that you are getting, right? Just focus on what is being taught right now. Okay. So we know insert one and insert many, easy thing, right? Then we have find. So we have looked at find as well. So if we do find, you will get an array. But if you want to find only one, so you can say find one, and you can pass some filter like you can pass a key and a value. So let's say if you want to search with title, so you can say, I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to find a document in the lectures collection. I'm going to find one. So it should be find or find one, right? So with an object as the filter, you can also pass this object as a filter in the find function. So find and find function, they will both work as the same thing. Only difference between find and find one is find one will give you the first item in the search list. Okay, so if I do find, you will get an array. In this you will get all the documents which are matching your filter. This is a filter. So only one document is matching your filter right now. So if we do, let's say db dot students dot find, now we have gender is male, female. So instead, if we, let's say student dot, we do student dot find gender, and we say male, you will see two students are matching. So two documents are matching this filter, and we are getting an array. But if we do the same thing with, let's say, find one, you will get only one document. Which document you will get? You will get the first one from this find list. Okay. What is your question, Shubham? I don't understand. If same objects are present, then how to handle? Do you want to delete duplicate objects? Mm, okay, let's worry about that when we learn the delete part. Okay, please don't move ahead. Please stay with me. Otherwise, you'll miss something. Okay, so just try to stay with me, and then we can take up all the questions. Right? We are going slow on purpose. So you understand the difference between find and find one. So find will give you multiple documents which are matching. If there are more than one, then you will get more than one. Otherwise, you will get one. Or if there is if they are not matching anything. So let's say if we try to do this, then you will get empty array sort of. Okay. And similarly, if you do find one, you will get the first one that is matching. So this is the first one that is matching your filter. And you can also add more properties in your filter, right? So let's say shirt size of, you want to find XL. So this time you are not getting this document because the shirt size is not matching, although gender is matching, but shirt size is not matching. That's why it is skipped, but this is matching gender as well as shirt size. Okay, you can add more. Say age is 24. This time you will get null because there is no document matching your search. So all these three properties should match, right? Is it clear what is the purpose of giving a filter object here? How it is working? Anybody has any questions? Okay. So this filter object is nothing but a combination of key and combination of properties that you want to search with, right? Find will give you an array. It can be an empty array. It can be an array of size 1 or more than 1. Okay. But this find one is always going to be either null or one document. If the filter results into some document, some matching document, you will get one document. Otherwise, if there is no document matching your filter, you will get null. If you want to find more than one, then you can do find, right? This will always give you more than one. That's what we are doing, right? If we are saying find with gender, are you paying attention here? This is giving you more than one. Okay, Tanmoy. Mongo SH is programmed to give a functionality to these type of commands. Yes, Mongo SH, Mongo shell. We are able to run these commands only in Mongo shell. We are not able to run these commands in normal terminal. Okay, Sachin. So this thing clear? Find one, insert one, and insert many. These things we have looked at so far. Coming to the next part, how we have looked at create and read. Let's come to the update part. Okay, so let's say if we look at if you look at the first document, here the gender is coming as mail with small m. I want to update this with capital M. Okay. So how can I do that? And also I want to add, let's say, shirt size and language and age properties, right? So dv dot student, right? dv dot students dot, we have two options now. We can either do update one or update many. So if we do update one, what is going to happen? We will give the first, it will take two parameters. So first parameter is an object with which we have to filter the first object that we want to filter. So if we want to filter this one, how can we filter out this one so that we only update this one? We can filter out with a unique identifier like id, right? So let's say we want to update only this one and we are using update one. How do we uniquely identify this document? I'm going to use id here. Okay. So how the first parameter that we pass will filter out the document that we want to update. Okay. It will help in filtering, right? And the second parameter, the first parameter is an object. After that, there is a comma. And the second parameter is another object. Now, this object is actually the object which will change the values of the properties. So if I want to change the property, let's say I want to change gender property, then I can say this. So just by, if I press enter right now, it will change gender from small m to capital M. Okay. This will update. Also, if I have to use something like set, right? So without this, it's not going to work. Now, this is the object. Look at this object that we are sending. We are saying set these properties. Set the values of these properties to these values. Okay. So we have to pass all the key value pairs. Now, let's say if I want to add shirt size to Varun Mishra, we can say M. And if we want to, let's say, add language, so we can say Tamil. And if we want to change the age property, let's say 26, right? With this, these properties will be set. And since we are using update one, it will always update either the first document that it finds, or if it is not able to find any document, you will see that it will result into it will not update any document. So either it will update no document or it will update the first document that it finds. Since we are using id property to filter out, so this is only this is going to uniquely identify the first document. Okay. So with this, you can see the response we get is acknowledged true, inserted null, because we are not inserting anything. We get matched count, one document matched. This is the matching filter that we passed, and modified count is 1. And if we do document students.find, you will see that gender is changed to male with capital M, and language and shirt size, these properties are also added. Yes, first parameter is used to find the document that we want to update. Second parameter that we pass is actually the object that is telling how to update once the document is found, how to update the document or documents, how to write id, this id. You can copy paste for the purpose of this demo. You can copy paste. Once we are dealing with actual applications, these ids will be sent in request. Okay. Clear? Is this part clear? How to update one document? So update one is always either going to update one document or no document at all. So if I try to, let's say, update a document that does not exist, okay. So if I, let's say, if I try to update a document that looks like this, you will see matched count here is 0. In this case, no document matched this search. There is no document with this ID. I change this ID. So there is no document with this ID. You will see matched count and modified count is coming as 0. Clear? Okay. So this is the list of students we have right now. Now, let's say if I want to update multiple, right? If I want to, let's say, update all the documents where the age is 26, right? db dot students dot, if I want to update multiple, I have to use update many. Okay. And in update many, I have to provide two filters again. First, two objects again. First object, two parameters. First parameter is an object which will help us in figuring out which documents we want to update. So if I want to update two documents where the age is 26, right? This is how I can filter it out. I can add more options to filter further, where I have age 26 and let's say shirt size is M, right? We can update like this as well. We can filter like this as well, but it's fine. And the second property is always going to be uh, an object. So either we can change the properties using set operator. This is called operator with a dollar sign. Anything with a dollar sign is called an operator. So we can set the properties like this. Say age, I'm going to change it to 27, right? This will change the value of age for both of these two documents where the age is 26. So it will filter out multiple documents, all the documents where the age is 26, it will update with this object. Okay. Does this make sense? Is this clear? Okay. So you will see the output like matched count is 2 and modified count is 2. If you see students dot find, you will see now the age is updated to 27. Okay. So there is this set operator which will update the value, right? Which will update the value to the value you mentioned. There is another operator which is uh, instead of setting the value, you increment the value, right? You increment the value. So you say, I want to increase the value by 1, right? It is used for only numerical properties, right? I want to increment the value of age where the age is 27. Let's say now we don't have any documents with age 27, 26. So let's change it to 27. So if you want to update, if you want to increase with 1, 2, 3, whatever numerical value you want to update, you can do it like this. So you will say matched count and modified count. This time you will see that age is a numerical value which is incremented by 1. You can also do decrement. So I think this is decrease. No, I think for decrement, I think you have to do age with -1. So with this, you should be able to update back to 27. Clear? So these are operators, different types of operators, how they are going to behave when you update. If you just want to set the value manually, you can set the value like this, or if you want to do operations on those values, right? So if I, let's say, want to update all the values where age is less than 30. Okay, I want to decrease where age is less than 30. So we have three documents like this where age is 26, 27, 27, and 29. If we do this, this means filter all the documents where age is less than 30. Okay, we are going to look at all the operators that are available. Not all the operators that are available, but which are more useful. But these you will get an idea what these operators are doing. So this is now helping us in comparing the list, filtering out the documents that we want to update with not just the equal value but less than value, right? So with this you will see matched count, 3 documents matched which have age less than 30, and they're all decreased by 1. So 27, 27, and 29. So you will see 26, 26, and 28, right? So this increment operator, with this you can change the value, but you don't have to give the exact value that you want to change it to. Okay, so this is how you can update one or many. Now coming to the second part, coming to the fourth operation, which is the delete operation. We have multiple ways to delete. We can say students dot delete one, we can say delete many, or we can say find and delete. Find one and delete. So these are the 3 functions. If you want to just find it and then delete it, uh, it will work. It will work with this function will do that. It will first find and delete. So let's say if I want to find and delete a student named, sorry, syntax error, Vikas Yadav. Okay, so this is the document that was found and deleted. If I do students.find, you will see now we have 3 students only. Okay, and if you want to delete multiple, so you can say first let's use delete one. So if we want to delete student with, say, name Varun Mishra, right? And right now we are searching with the name. So if there are multiple students with this name, it will delete the first one that appears in the search result. Okay, in the search list, whichever comes first will be deleted first, right? So delete one is only going to delete one. So try to always use delete with unique identifiers like ID. Never use it with search like name, or that can result into multiple results, right? This can give you unexpected results. So with this, you can see that Varun Mishra is also removed from this list, from this collection, right? So we can delete many. If let's say I want to delete, sorry, db dot students dot delete many, so we can delete it like this. If we pass an empty object, this will match all the documents. Okay, it will match anything, so it will delete everything. So you will see that it has just deleted these 2. Okay, is this clear? Find one and delete, delete one and delete many. These 3 functions will give you the option to delete. Okay, now with just CRUD operations, there is not much you can do. Sometimes what you have to do is you have to use functions like You have to sort, you have to limit the search results, and you have to skip some previous results. So we will look at the definition of each of these, and they are very important functions you should know about. Okay. First of all, let's add some data. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some. I'm going to use a collection where we have some data. So let me use show DBs, and I think if we use this user block, so collections, we have users over here. So db dot users dot find. So we have users. Sorry. So we have users here where we have name, gender, image, username, email, and password. This password looks like a random string, and we will learn how why this looks like this is string, right? But for the purpose of this, let's just try to look at how can we sort. Okay, so let's say if I do db dot users dot find, this is the response we are getting. We are right now getting only 20 results. So it says if you want more, actually there is more data in this list. If you want more, you type it. So with it, we will get more and more. Okay. So I want to know how many documents are there in this collection. So to get this, you can say users dot count. So if I do count, you will see that there is a number. This count function returns a number. So there are 502 documents in this collection. We are also getting a warning saying count is deprecated. Use count documents. But it's fine. Okay. Now I want to actually sort these, say, users dot find, and I want to sort. So we sort it like this. We say find and then dot sort. In sort, we have to pass an argument, object argument like this. And if you know the properties, let's say I want to sort with name, and I want to sort it in ascending order. So you can say I want to sort with name, and 1 means ascending, right? And -1 means descending. So if you do it like this, you will see Aaron, Abel. So all the names starting with A, right? This is alphabetical sorted order, dictionary order, you can say, right? So this is now sorting based on name. If you want to sort based on, say, some other property, let's say gender. So you will see that some of the documents don't have gender. So this document doesn't have gender. This document doesn't have gender. This has gender, right? So female gender now is coming on top. Okay, clear? You can also sort based on some numerical value, and it will work the same, right? Now coming to the sort, the sort function is clear, right? So with next function is limit. If we want to limit the, let's say if I want to limit limit works like you do not get all the results, you get only a count of result that you want. So if let's say you want only 3 documents, so this will result only in an array with 3 documents. So you can guess that limit function is always going to work with find function, because find one is always going to limit the search list by one. Okay, so with find you can use limit, and it will give you only 3 documents. Sorry, it will give you the however many documents you want, right? It will not give you the whole list. In this list, we are sorting the records or just retrieving the data in sorted manner. We are not changing the order in which data is stored. We are only changing the order in which data is returned from returned in the query. Okay, we are retrieving the data in a sorted order, not changing the order of the data. It will give you the first 3, not the random 3. It will give you always give you the first 3. And if you couple limit with sort, it will give you in the order that you want. Okay, so this name, sort by name in ascending order is a very natural thing that you will want to build in your application. So it will give you all the first, it will sort based on the name, and then it will limit the search space by 3. Okay, it will actually give you only first 3 results, right? So if I want to, let's say, get only first result, then you will see we are getting Aaron, right? First one is Aaron, second is Abel, and the third one is Abraham. So sort and limit, it will be useful in some of the places where you have heard of pagination, right? So I'll tell you the example of pagination. How to sort by number like age. Okay, for that we don't have any documents. Let me see. Let's add some documents here. Okay, I'm going to switch database, use pt web 8b. Then we can insert these. We actually inserted in users. So db dot users dot find dot sort, and if we say age 1, so it will sort with age 26, 29, and 30. If you look at the order, original order without sorting, you will see 26, 30, and 29. Okay, so you can also say -1. This time you will get descending order, right? Okay, so this is how you do sort and limit. But sort and limit, so db dot users dot find. Second thing, another thing that I want to show you is skip. Okay, if we do find, we will get 3 results here, right? If I do skip, that means in this list, if I want to skip first 2, then I can use the function skip. Okay, so if I do skip 2, then you will see that the first 2 results are actually skipped. Vikas Yadav and Monica, they're removed from this list. Okay, we do not get them as we do not retrieve them, or we do not get them as a response. So this sort, skip, limit can be used to build features like pagination in your system. So pagination, you will see an example, right? So just to give you an example, you may have seen these type of tables where or this type of controls as well, where you are showing a list view. So you may have seen something like showing first 21 to 30 of 100. There are total 100, and we are showing you 21 to 30, right? So in e-commerce websites also, you will see an option like this, showing these items. In fact, in Google search result, right? If I type pagination, No. If I just search pagination, right, you will see that there are a lot of pages. So Google is also showing the results in a paginated manner. We can go to the second page, we can go to the third page. Actually, nobody uses this feature, but yeah. Okay, so to build pagination like this, let's assume you have a list, right? You have a list of say 1,000 users, thousand, let's say 1,000 items are there. So if you build a pagination system, it has to be like, first you will show 10 results, right? Suppose you show 1 to 10 items, and then you have to show the count, right? And then you give them controls by these two buttons. Okay, so you're actually on page number 1. So you're on page number 1, and if you click on this button, you will actually change this to showing result from 11 to 20, right? User may also want to see more items on a single page. So for this, you will give them uh, rows or items per page. Currently, we are showing 10 items. Okay, user can change this. So how which function should we use to change the number of items we want to show per page? Here we use uh, for items per page, we use limit. So in this, we are actually limiting the items, 10 items for each page, right? And if we want to show items from 10, 11 to 20, how do we do that? We actually say db, let's say items dot find, right? We say skip. We skip the first 10 items because we are not showing first 10 items. And then we do limit. We are actually showing only 10 items, right? Like this. So skip and limit are used together to show the results to the user, right? DB backend will only send these values. Okay. So we will build this thing. Don't worry about this thing for too much for don't worry too much about this thing for now. We will actually build this thing when we are building API. When we will build APIs, we will also build this thing. But just to give you an example where these skip, limit, and sort, right, and count, where are these used? So these are used for building things like pagination. Okay. So we will actually implement this. Let's not get too much into this right now, but just to give you an idea where we use these functions. Okay. So is this clear, the purpose of sort, limit, and skip? What actually each one is doing? We will come back to these functions when we are building APIs, right? We will build a list view. So at that time, we will use these functions. Okay. Count documents is, I think, also clear. Okay. Any questions so far? I'll pause for a second if you have any questions. Okay. I guess there are no questions, so everything is clear. Now, next part is I gave you a little bit introduction to operators. So with this, CRUD operations are clear, right? We can do CRUD operations, we can do sort, limit, skip. But now we also want to learn about advanced operators. So these are just very basic things that we have learned so far. Now let's look at all the advanced operators that MongoDB supports, and we will like to use these while we are building our application. Okay. There is a question: every time we need to add whole data into terminal or some method to insert data? No. If I exit right now, right? If I exit right now, uh, the data will persist in backend in database. That's the whole purpose of the database. So if we say pt web 8b, and if I do show collections, if I do db dot users dot find, this data is still there, right? Did you mean that, or did you mean something else? Is your question about this, or is it about something else? Can we store images also? We can store file data, but that's not advisable. We should not do that. Actually, there is a data type called blob, and blob data type is used for storing binary data, but we should not use that. It is possible, but not advisable. Instead, if you want to store images, store the images on a disk, right? And then use those, serve those images as static files, right? I showed you how to serve screenshot in the express session. We looked at an example. All these files like PDF file, image file, video file, they're all stored in on disk, on memory. And for this, there are a lot of cloud provider solutions as well. So all of these will give you a link to that file, and you can send that link to front end, and front end will load the file from that link. If we use this command db dot drop database for deleting, then how could we backup? You can backup with uh, Mongo dump and Mongo restore. We will talk about that later. Okay, Sachin. For now, I think the next part is only going to be about operators. So let's look at MongoDB operators, and then we will talk about Mongo restore and Mongo dump. Mongo restore and Mongo dump is exporting and importing data from a file. Exporting a database into a file and importing database from a file. So we will look at that, right? First of all, let's just complete let's just know about all the operators that we have. Clear? Okay, cool. So we have MongoDB operators, and this is a common syntax with operators. What you do is we say db.user.find, and we want to apply operator on some filter, right? So we say on some field. So this field, you give the name of the field, and then you pass an object, and inside that you pass the operator. Just like we pass the operator age, less than, and some value, right? This is the common syntax for each operator. So we will look at different types of operators, but you can apply multiple operators and with multiple properties. Okay, one operator, operator one for property one, and operator two for property one, operator 3 and 4 applied on property 2, right? So this is a common syntax. Now there are different categories of operators we are going to look at. I'm going to show you. There are these many categories of operators. We have comparison operators, we have logical, we have array operators, we have element operators, and evaluation operators. So we are going to take a look at 5 types of operators, 5 categories of operators. Comparison operators are the operators which let you compare the value of some field with the value you provide. So for example, if I want to compare age from, let's say, 30, all the documents where the age is less than 30 will fall into this category of operator. Okay, less than, greater than. You all know what comparison operators are, right? Less than, greater than, not equal to, like that. Okay. So we have less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, and equal to. These are the six operators, comparison operators. These are very simple. We also have two more operators where we compare the value from an array. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use each one of this. So if we want to, let's say, uh, db.users dot find, if we want to apply an operator, let's say less than equal to operator, right? Less than equal to operator on age. So if we do db dot users dot find, we say age. So again, coming back to the general syntax, what we have field name. So we are applying operator on property called age, and we have to pass an object here, right? Okay, let me fix this. Thanks. Right? So we have property name, and then we have an object. Inside this, we can pass multiple operators. We have property, we have object. Inside this object, we can pass multiple operators with the value. So since we are looking at comparison operators, let's say I want less than equal to 60. Okay. Or in fact, we can even say 30. So less than 30. If I do this, I will get all the three results because all the three documents are having the age property as less than equal to 30. If I say instead of less than equal to, if I say less than, that means this document will not be included, right? So this document is now not included in the list of the users. Is similarly, if I want to apply multiple operators, so I can apply greater than 25, okay, or greater than 26. If we apply this filter, this is less than 30 but not greater than 26. Okay, so this will be removed. This time it will be removed, so you will see only one document which results because of this filter, right? Similarly, you can apply, let's say, these two, as well as which is not equal to 29. If we say that, then that means we want to get all the documents where age is greater than 26 but less than 30, but also which is not equal to 29. Okay, so this time we will not get any result. The more operators you provide, the more filters you the more restrictive is the response. Clear? Is this part clear? How these comparison operators are applied? Okay. Now you can also apply something like equal to, not equal to are simple. If you just give, sorry, let me delete all of this. So if you, instead of applying any operator, if you just say 29, then this is going to give you the exact match, right? Exact match where all the give me all the documents where age is 29. So one document matching this property. So this is same as equal to. So this is same as saying equal operator, right? Like this. Also, these comparison operators you can apply other than numerical values. You can also apply on names, right? You can also apply on string values, any string values, and the comparison will be the same comparison that we do on strings in JavaScript, right? So dictionary type of comparison will happen. So if we want to, let's say, have db.users.find, where name is, let's say, greater than R. So you will see Vikas Yadav, V starting with V, which is always greater than R, right? This whole string is greater than the string that we have provided. And this string is also greater than the string that we have provided. Okay. If I do this, then what is going to happen? We do not get any result because small r is uh, supposed to be bigger than capital V and capital R. Okay. Does that make sense? Is this part clear? If we compare with characters, we have to think about ASCII comparisons. Okay. ASCII values. ASCII values. Clear? So you can do comparison operators on strings and numbers. Clear? Both type of data types will support. Also, you can do with dates and other values which are supposed to be greater than or lesser than something. Now coming to the next two operators, we have in and not in, right? So let's say we have db dot users dot find. We have these. Now, if I want documents where the name, right, where the name is one of these, if the name is present, if there is any document where the name value is present in this array, will be filtered, right? Let me copy this again. Right? So this will give us two documents because only for these two documents, the name is present in this array, right? And this is going to be an exact check. If I say, instead of Ross, if I Ross Geller, if I say Ross, then this is not, Ross Geller is not present in this array. That's why it is not filtered. Clear? Not any is not equal. This is not equal. Okay. In operator. Okay, let me repeat in operator. In operator means I'm passing a property. I'm passing a key here. So I'm actually checking the name value. And I will say in this array. I'm passing an array here. In always takes an array. So I'm passing some values in this array. So if I go over all the documents, I will check the value of name. Is the name, the value here is Monica, is this value present in this array? If this value is present, then this document will be included. Otherwise, it will be filtered out. Okay. Similarly, if we go over another document, this document, is the name, the value of the name present inside this array. It is present, so it will be included. So, but the name Vikas Yadav is not present in this array, so that document is not included. Okay. Does that make sense? So we are actually giving an array of values that if the value is present in this array, then that should be included. Can we get 2 minutes break? How many students want a 2 minute break? Okay, nobody is saying no. Fine. Let's have a 2 minutes break. Please come back by 9:05. Okay. Let me know when you're back. White is not related to backend, first of all, but it is not important to learn white. Okay. Uh, Please reserve all the unrelated doubts for at the end of the lecture. When I will pause, by the way, I always pause to take doubts. So all the unrelated doubts should be taken, uh, should be asked at the end of the lecture. Okay. So, all right, we are starting. So is clear, right? How to use in operator to actually, we give a list of values that we say if the value of a document is one of those values, if the value of that property, the property that we are filtering with, if this is one of those values, then the result should be included. Okay. And now let's use this let's use name as well as uh, this operator called not in. So what we are saying that just read the comment. All the documents for which name matches value in this array will be included. Okay. But here we are saying all the documents where for which age matches value in this array will not be included. Right. That means it will be a combination of name and age. First, if we go to each document one by one, we will check, okay, is the name in this array or not? If the name is in this array, then it will be included. Otherwise, it will not check anything. It will not be included, right? Then if the name is included, name is one of these names. If the name is one of these names, uh, then it will check the age. If the age is not one of these, right? Right now we are saying not in. So if the name, if the age is not one of these, then only it will be included. So if you look at this, here we get only Ross Geller. If we were searching with name, we were also getting Monica. But since Monica's age is 30, we are not including that while searching with not in. Okay. So not in is completely opposite of in. If the value matches any of the value in this array, then it will not be included. Right? Does that make sense? Is this clear or not clear? So we can even check without using in and not in. We can just say db.users.find. So I'm just saying db.find, where let's say name. If I want to say name not in, if I say not in, and if I give the array saying Monica and Ross Geller, then you will see that this time these two are not included. Only this is included. Okay, clear? Cool. So this is all about comparison operators. Now let's move to logical operators. Okay. So logical operators are the operators that you have already used, and or not, and these are used to combine conditions. Multiple conditions are these are used to combine multiple conditions. For example, in language, you would have something like if uh, age is greater than 40 and name right? Uh, let's say name is Ross, something like that. This is how you combine two conditions, right? Age and name. Similarly, we have and, or, nor, all these logical operators to combine multiple conditions. Okay. So how we use and is that we have a logical operator here. How we use logical operators is we give an operator and then we give the list of conditions. Okay. These conditions are given in array. So the first condition will be based on some properties, right? Name, age, shirt size, whatever. Then we have these two, another condition. So all these three conditions, so condition 1, condition 2, and condition 3, these will be combined with whatever logical operator we want to use. If we want to use AND operator, these will be combined with AND operator, where all of these three conditions should match. If we combine with OR operator, then these three conditions, any of these conditions, if any of these conditions matches, then it will be included, right? The syntax for not is a little different. I'll let you know. So for example, if we say db.users.find and we give AND condition, and inside this we give an array, and inside this array we have two conditions. One first condition is checking the name, and second condition is checking uh, age. So this is same as this one. Earlier we were combining when we were giving only one conditions, right? When we were giving only one object, we were actually combining with AND condition. Both name condition and age condition should match. Here we can do this inside different objects. Okay, does this make sense? So if I run this, then we are we are going to get only raw scalar, because the name matches here. So this condition is also is matching, as well as this condition is matching. So age is not in one of these, right? Clear or not clear? So we are actually combining two conditions with AND, which we were already doing earlier, but this time we are explicitly saying combine these two conditions with AND, right? Is this clear or not clear? I'm not getting any responses. Okay. Okay. This time we are just saying and explicitly. So any of these conditions we pass, they will be combined with AND operator. That means both the conditions should be satisfied for the documents that we see here, right? But if we do the same thing, let's say we say name should be in this or age should be in this. So right now, if I say db.users.find, we have Vikas Yadav. So Vikas Yadav age is 26. So it is not matching this condition. Also, it is not matching this condition. So it will not be included. But if we look at Monica, the first condition is matching. Name is matching. Second condition is not. Second condition is also matching, right? So we can change it. Say the second condition does not match for Monica. Okay, what happened here? Yeah. Okay, so we can say only the first condition matches. Still, we are going to get this document in the result. Now, if we look at third document here, the first condition is matching. Let's remove the name non-scalar from here, and let's add age 29. So this time the age condition will match, but the name condition will not match. Okay. So if we do this, we should see Monica and Ross both. Monica coming because of the first condition, and rows coming in because of the second condition. No, the name has in and age also has in. Okay, I'm using this one. Clear? Now, if we want to use a not operator, the example of not operator is where the age is not. So we give a condition here. For not, we give a condition over here. More than three conditions. You can combine three conditions. You want to give me an example of, you give me an example with more than three conditions, Sachin? Okay, right. So coming to not operator, with the not operator, we have we give a not operator and we give one condition. So whatever this condition is doing, not operator will completely flip that. In this, let's say we are saying age should be in for 24, 20, and 22. Then not operator is going to say, give me all the documents where this condition is not matching. Okay. If this condition matches for any other document, they will not be included. Right. So right now we have all the documents. So it's 26. For this condition is not matching. That's why we are getting this. If we can change this, we can change this to say 29 and 30. So if we do this, we are going to get only those documents. We are going to get only those documents where the age is not in. Yeah. So this can also be achieved by not in, NIN operator. But this is how you can just use not operator to negate a condition. So instead of doing like this, you can say where the age is not less than 29, right? So this will completely negate this by saying where the age is not less than 29. So that means 29 or more can be included, right? Which is greater than equal to. So you can reverse any condition with not operator. Clear? Okay. Now we have another logical operator called NOR operator. So NOR operator is going to give you not of or. Okay. So the best way to understand this is if you have, if you look at a Venn diagram and if you give three conditions, the OR will give you all of the documents which are matching any of these three conditions, right? Correct? But not of or, nor will give you anything which is outside of these three. So let's fill this with background. Right. So we have three conditions here. If we choose or, this is or. Combination of these three is or. And if even if it is falling in any of these ones, any of the one condition, then we will get this. But nor is saying remove only these things, everything else should be included. Okay. So if you look at nor, that means if the name matches this and the age matches this, remove those, give me everything else. Okay, so we are getting Vikas Yadav. Here for these two, we were actually these conditions were matching. So we have removed them and we have taken everything else. Clear? Clear what NOR is doing? Okay. Now we have covered two categories of operators, comparison operators and logical operators. Any questions about these two types of operators? Please repeat NOR. Okay, so think about it like this. We have db.users.find. If I give a condition, an OR condition, saying name is Monica and gender is, and age is 29, right? If I say db.users.find, and if I give OR condition, and inside OR condition, I have to pass an array. The first condition I'm going to say, let's say name is Monica. I'm giving the exact match now. Okay. Or age is 29. So we are going to get these two documents, right? Because this is an OR condition. So the first condition will match this document and the second condition will match this document, right? So we are going to get Monica and Ross Geller. Now, if I want the complete opposite, if I want to remove these two documents and I want to get everything else, then I will use, instead of OR, I will use NOR. Okay, so this will remove the documents that we were earlier selecting with OR. Now they will be removed. Everything else will be included. Clear? So NOR is complement of OR. Can we give multiple properties? So do you mean like here? Yes, we can give. In this, the first document, which is Monica, will match both name and age. Okay. And the second document, in the second condition, we will match the age of Ross Geller. Clear? If we pass, let's say, some other age, what is going to happen now? This will not match the first, the document with Monica, right? This will not match the Monica document. So if I do it with OR, now we will only get Ross Geller, right? Because this time Monica has age 30. So this search is not matching that document. But if I want the complete opposite, if I want to say NOR, this time we will get Vikas Yadav and Monica, right? Because Monica is not part of OR for this condition list. I will upload this by before 11 p.m. No worries. Okay, I will commit the code. Is this clear? NOR and OR. The OR NOR is completely opposite of OR. So if you try to want to understand what NOR is doing, if OR will give you if a document will be selected in OR, it will not be selected here by NOR. Okay. So this is completely opposite. The NOR part is completely opposite, and this is OR part. Okay. It is just like SQL, except we are not using SQL syntax. Where did you learn SQL? By the way, databases have to support these operators. All data types, all databases have to support these things. Yes. The syntax is different, but they have they sort of fulfill the same purpose, right? Database sort of fulfill the same purpose. Okay. Coming to the next part of operator, which is next category of operator, which is array operators. Okay. So in array operators, we have three. First one is all, then we have size, and then we have element match. So the easiest one is, let's say, size. So if we want to check the size, currently we don't have any array fields. So let's say users dot find. Let me update each one, users dot update, and I'm just going to say update one. First, I'm going to say this ID. So array operators work on array fields. So currently we don't have array fields. That's why I will just add some fields. So I will say set the properties to an array, and I'm going to add a property called friends, right? And let's say Vikas Yadav has friends called Rohit and Tarun, right? So this will update. Next I will update this ID, Monica, and say Monica has friends called Ross, Geller, and Rachel and Chandler, right? Let's also update Ross. Then let's remove Ross here and add Monica and Joey. I forgot to enter comma, right? So now we have some if you look at this, now we have a property called friends, and it is array. So these array operators are only going to work on the properties which have the value of an array, which have an array value. So if I want to have those documents where the size of friends array is exactly 2. So how do I do that? So I say friends, we will start with the property. We want to check with friends. And since this is an array property, I can apply any of these three operators. So first I'm going to apply size, right? So where the size is 2. This time you will get Rohit because Rohit has 2 friends. Okay. Make sense? Clear or not? Okay. If we say size 4, then we will get Ross, right? And the second operator is all operator. So if we do all operator instead of size, and we give the values, and all operator takes, instead of numerical value, it takes an array value, and that means uh, this all operator will check. Okay, this all operator will check if I pass, let's say, Ross and Chandler, right? If I pass Ross Geller and Chandler inside this, and if we look at the result, we will get Monica. Why are we getting Monica here? Because both of these elements, that means all of the elements are part of this friends list. Okay, if I, let's say, add Phoebe to this, then we will not get Monica, because in the friends list for Monica, Phoebe is not part of that. Okay, so all the elements should be present in the value, then the document will be included, otherwise the document will not be included. Okay, so if we say, if we remove all of these, we say Joey and Rachel, then you will see we get Ross Geller, because Joey and Rachel both are present in this friends list. Is this clear how all operator is working? Clear? Okay. Now the third array operator is called element match, and element match will iterate over all the elements. Okay. So if any of the element matches the condition we provide here, then that document will be selected, right? So we are going to say db dot users dot find, and I'm going to say, I'm going to apply this on friends, because that is the only array value we have. Okay. And we need to use element match, and we say, we pass a condition. Okay. So we say, if it is, let's say, for morning, we can say less than q, let's say less than c, and greater than a, right? So if there is any element which matches this condition, so currently we are checking with friends, right? So this first value is Monica. Is it less than C? It is not less than C, right? Joey, is it less than C? No. Rachel, is it less than C? No. Chandler, is it less than C? No. So no element matches this value. That's why it will this document will not be included. So no document is matching here. Let me change the values here. So let's say T, right? If I say Tarun, then you will see that we have all the documents. So this is matching. And if you want to have greater than, you can say this. So only this document is matching because it has this element Tarun, which matches this condition, less than, greater than T, right? I think this will make more sense. Okay. So greater than T and less than U. Clear? Any questions here? So element match will find all the documents where any of the element in this array matches this condition, any one, right? If there is at least any one. Clear? With this, we are done with array operators. The next type of operators is element operators. Okay. So element operators means we have these properties. If I give you an example, the first operator is exist. So exist checks whether if the friends property exists on some documents, then those will be included. Otherwise, they will not be included. So all the documents here have friends list, right? So this friends property is present in all the documents. That's why they are included. If I say friends exist false, so it will only include those documents where the friends list does not exist. Friends property does not exist. There is no document like that. So it is not including anything, right? And then there is type operator, very simple. We can check the value exists and the type is number, right? So we have three documents where age is a number, right? If we, let's say, update the first document where we remove the age, where we remove the age or we change the age to, let's say, null, empty value, db.users.find update one, we say uh, we give the whole ID here, right? And we say set the age to null. So if I show you the list of users now, then we have age is null. Okay. If I run this query this time, you will see that this will be not part of the result because the age is not a number, right? Age here is not a number, so it will not be included. So these element operators work like this: exist and type. Clear? Any questions about element operators? What exist does and what type does? Nobody is asking any questions. Okay, this is clear, right? So we have different types. You can type string, you can have number. At least ask questions like what are different types available? What are these values? Right? Nobody is paying attention, it seems. Okay, so we have different data types. We have number, boolean, string, date, and all those, right? Now the next type of operators and the last type of operator that we are going to look at is evaluation operators. So these evaluation operators work on any type of field where depending on the operator, I'll give you an example. So we have a mod operator, and if we want to evaluate the operation, right? Let's say we have, let me update age back to 26. So we have age 26, 30, and 29. If we want to filter out all the users where age is even number, right? Then how we are going to do that? We are going to apply mod operator, mod evaluation operator. We are going to do evaluation on age, right? Saying that if we divide it by 2 and if the remainder becomes 0, then we have even age. So if we do db dot users dot find, inside that we will say age, inside that we will say mod operator, and in mod operator we provide the divider and the remainder we are looking for. So if we provide a divider 2 and the remainder of 0, we are going to get all the documents where the age is an even number, right? So like 26 and 40. Instead, if we do 1, we are going to get all the documents where age is odd, right? You cannot pass invalid numbers here. Say if you pass 0 here, this is going to give you an error. Divisor cannot be 0. And if you divide by 4, and if you, let's say, get 1, so this is one example of that. Clear? Another type of evaluation operator is regex. We want to regex. We want to evaluate regex or regular expression. You know about regular expression? Anybody has no idea about regular expression? You all understand, right? So this is used for string filters, right? String search, string pattern matching. Regex is used for pattern matching. And if we want to find all the users, until now we have only looked at complete match, not equal to, all those type of things, right? We have not looked at partial string search, pattern search. So this is a good example where if we do, let's say, where we want to run regular expression operation on property name. So if user is searching for, let's say, MON, if user is searching for something like typing on a string search box, and they type this, and you want to give the results where partial matches are also supported, then you can use regex there, right? So this is matching Monica because this pattern means starts with MON. So this caret symbol means starts with, right? So if you want to have, let's say, if you search with small m, you're not going to get this document because it is case sensitive right now. But if you want to make it case insensitive, then you can give I here, and this will become case insensitive. Okay, clear? Any questions? If we remove this, then also we are going to get mon, because this means nik, then also we are going to get Monica. This is matching somewhere, anywhere. But if I just say starts with nik, then we are not going to get anything. So this caret symbol means starts with. So basically you can try all sorts of regular expression patterns here. Okay. What is I for? This one. I is for case insensitive. So for example, if I say, if user is typing, you don't know if user is typing with caps lock on or off. So you can say if user is typing with nik, and if you do this, then you are not going to get this result. But if I do this, then you're going to get. And if you want to make it case insensitive, then you can use this I. Okay, cool. Now the last type of operator is text operator, right? So for this, let's say I'm going to create a collection. Just to give you an example, create collection named movies, right? And I'm going to insert a few movies here. db dot uh, movies dot insert many, and we are going to get uh, list of movies. Say title, sorry, first movie is, let me actually type it in here, otherwise I'm going to struggle a lot. So let's say Avengers, right? And let me add a few more. Not just movies, TV shows as well. And the uh, Invincible. I'm not sure if this is even a movie. Invincible. Okay. The Incredibles. Okay. And let's add some Hindi movie as well. Okay, all these titles that I have added, I think this should be enough. To make it, what I want to do with this example is, let's say if user is searching for kaho pyar and invincible, right? Let's say invincible and avengers. So what I want to do is I want to support uh, fuzzy search, sort of like a fuzzy search, where actually it's better to give you example. So let me remove all of this. Okay, so we have included this. Now, if user is searching with on your show, sorry, in your website, if user is searching with, let's say, Incredibles, right? And they also use Incredible Avengers. Then you don't want to show user blank results, because there is no movie called Invincible Avengers, right? You want to give them results like, here is a match, it is matching partially with your title Avengers, and here is this match because it is matching Invincible from your search. So if user does something like db.movies, I mean, you will have to do this, db.find title, sorry, if user does something like invincible Avengers, then you don't want to give them empty result, right? Like this. In fact, there is a typo here. You don't want to give them empty results. You want to say there is a movie called Avengers if you're looking for that. There is also a movie called The Invincibles if you're looking for that. So how do you enable this type of search? And this is called text search, and there are this is a very popular problem in Java, in any language in programming. So these are called fuzzy search as well. So MongoDB is so powerful that it gives you an algorithm, a built-in algorithm like that, and you don't have to implement anything like this. Okay, you don't have to implement anything on your own. You can just say, I want to use text search on this collection. So there is only one extra step that you have to do, saying that I want to enable text search on this collection called movies. So how you do that? You say movies dot create index. With create index, the text based search will be enabled for this. Okay, so you want to say create index, and in that index you want to give all the properties that you want to allow for searching. Let's say right now we have only inserted title, but if you also inserted description, so you would want to enable text search on title and description both. But for now, let's just say title, and the type of index you want to create is always going to be text. So with this, you will enable text search on movies collection. Okay, so it says title text, right? You have to sort of remember this. If you want to undo uh, if you want to undo this setting, you will have to remember this, but it is also easy to figure out. Just title underscore text. Now if you do db.movies.find, instead of title, you just say uh, I think you say search. Let me scroll below. You say text, and then you say search, right? With just this, now you will be doing fuzzy search, and you're getting two results this time. Avengers is also matching, and the Invincible is also matching. Okay, so you can build a search like this with fuzzy search or partial search. Okay, and if you even change the order like this, you will get three results. So the capital and small case actually does not matter here, right? Clear, right? This is, I hope this is a good explanation for this, and you understand how much we are able to achieve by this using this filter, right? Okay. With this, we are completely done with all types of operators. If you have any questions, you can let me know. I try to go slow without rushing into anything. But if you want me to explain anything in more depth, then we can discuss that. Since we have some time left, we can discuss that. Otherwise, I have to show you how to. Do we need to create index every time? No, you have to create only once. So you can just search again, and you can also exit and say pt web 8b. So it will start working, right? Okay. But if you want to remove db dot movies dot remove index, right? uh, I think there is a function. A drop index must be there. Yeah, drop indexes. So drop index is there. In this you have to say title underscore text, and it will remove the index. Now you will not be able to search. If you try to do text search, it will say text index required for text query. Is there any command to search the key name, whether the property is present or not? Do you mean? We discussed that there is exist in the element operators. We discussed exist. So if you say whether the friends property exists on some documents and users collection, then you will get only those documents where the property exists. Okay. Get field and set field. Sachin, do you want me to explain these? Actually, I have no idea what these are. I have not used these. I have not used these properties, but we can always go and look into the documentation. MongoDB. Returns the value of a specified field from a document. If you don't specify a field, returns the value of the field from current. Okay. So you can use get fields to retrieve the value of the field with the names that contain period. Mm, to get example, we have uh, item price.usd. We have these documents. So actually, let's add these documents just to test, right? So we'll say db dot inventory dot insert many. Let me insert over here. Okay. So if I say db dot inventory dot find, then you will see we have price dot us. We have all these properties, and this is an aggregate function, I think. Yeah. So if we do this, then it says the following operation uses the get field and greater than operator to find which products have a price US dollar greater than this. So if we do this, then it will fetch this property which is greater than 200. Okay. And yeah, we can even do this by saying inventory dot find where price dot USD greater than 200. Okay, this is not working. I think it is used for a special type of properties like this one. Okay, from this I remember something that I wanted to show you. Let's not save this. You can read more, Sachin, you can read more about this in the documentation. I will not be able to explain with such short time. Maybe we can figure it out after the class if you would stay. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to show you if we have, let's say, a nested object. So for example, we will look at this in the examples as well when we build some applications. So let's say if I update some user and I set the property as uh, say batch, and this is I'm going to set this as a nested object. Okay, so name ptweb 8b and for some, let's say, month of February. This should be closed like this. So if I show you db.users.find, then we have this property batch, which is a nested object. And if I want to filter this document with month, how do I do that? We say db.users.find and we say batch dot month, and we can say Feb. Okay, this time it will filter out this object. So the syntax that we were trying earlier, that we were trying earlier by saying db.inventory.find, this works for nested object. This does not work for properties like this. So maybe in that case we use get field. Okay, Sachin. Is this clear? Now we have a few minutes. We are. Let's wait for. I will request you to stay for a few more minutes. I want to show you how to use Mongo restore and Mongo dump. Okay. So MongoDB download. We downloaded some tools, right? We downloaded shell. Similarly, we can download some other tools. So if you go to tools, you can use MongoDB. You can see MongoDB database tools. So you will have to download these tools to enable MongoDB restore and MongoDB dump commands. But these commands let you, once you download this zip package, you will have to copy the bin folder, right? You will have to copy the contents of the bin folder and paste it in the program files, MongoDB version number bin folder. Okay. Once you do that, you will have Mongo restore. So this Mongo restore is a command line tool that you can use. Right now, I can use it from anywhere in the terminal. So once you download and copy these things into the MongoDB installation directory bin folder as well, you will be able to also run these commands. So Mongo restore uses, let me give you an example. Mongo restore will restore some data. Like I have a file here, cars.bson and users.bson. These files are exported databases from MongoDB. And if you want to import these, you will have to use Mongo restore command. So the way you use Mongo restore command is like this, right? So I will go to this directory, cd 06 cd data. I am in this directory. I have this file users.bson and users.metadata.json. So once these files are present, you can use Mongo restore command and you can give the name of the database. So for example, let's say name of the database I'm going to give pt web 8 restore db, right? If I do that, it is going to give me a response saying 1,000 documents restored successfully. If I log in into Mongo SH and if I see show DBs, then this database is just created. So PT web 8. Sorry. And if I show you collections here, we have users collection. And if I show you db.users.find, then we have all these documents that were just imported from this file. Okay, so this tool is, you can read more about this tool here, MongoDB restore documentation, in the documentation. These are MongoDB restore and MongoDB dump, right? You can use these documentations. Let me just add this documentation here. And you can also export any database. So using MongoDB dump, you can export any database as well, right? So for example, if I want to give you, if I show you Mongo dump is the command. Mongo dump is the command, and you can pass the database. So just a second. Mongo dump. I think if I pass the database name, pt web 8 restore, I think I used demo, right? Let me check. Restore db. So if I, instead of restoring this, if I dump this, you can see that the dump we receive is exactly the same thing that we restored. Okay, so this is the dump we have. So we can use these two commands to export and import database. Okay, so I'm adding these files here, so you can try to import and run queries on these files. Okay, so, and I'll also upload the video as well. Any questions? Anybody has any questions? Somebody was asking a question about white, VITE. Somebody was asking another question, how to delete duplicate documents. So for duplicate documents, you can just use any of these operations any of these operators to filter out documents. Why do you have such requirement? Not sure who was asking that question. Shubham was asking that question. Okay, Shubham, you can stay back, or anybody who has any questions, you can stay back. Otherwise, let's connect in tomorrow's class. Okay.